Before we get started here, I just wanted to let the YouTube algorithm know that I am a fully licensed medical grower in Canada, where it is fully legal. I have paperwork to back it up. Everything I do is 100% within the law of my country. And this is for documentation and entertainment purposes only. Boo! Hi everybody, CANNABEARD Grows here. Yeah, how you doing? I hope you're well. On today's episode, we're going to do a couple of fun things. We're going to take a look at the CO2 bottle and look at the measurements. See how well that TNB Naturals CO2 bottle did this last week with the CO2 sensors in the tent. I can see a graph of exactly how much it was before, and then we can take a look at exactly how much it is for the last week by adding that bottle. I'm also going to do something that I've never done before today, and I think that's kind of really cool. I am going to monster crop some plants, or a plant, or I guess I'm going to take clones off a flowering plant and re-veg them, because one of these plants in here I can no longer get seeds for. I looked all over the world, literally, and every place that has them has been out of stock for well over a year. I tried finding them in the past, I tried finding them again recently, and I just cannot find them anywhere. Cherry Kush CBD from Sumo Seeds. I just can't find them anywhere. They're out of stock everywhere. And this is my last seed. I had full intention of using my last seed to make more seeds with, and I didn't. I just went at flower, and I kind of thought about it after. I was like, man, I really, once I realized I couldn't get seeds anymore, I have to do this. It's my only choice. So, we're going to start off the episode today looking at the 2x4 tent with the auto flowers. Then we'll get into the super cropping, and then we're going to take a look at the TNB Naturals course over the last week, how it did. Okay, sound good? Like the video if you do like this kind of stuff. Subscribe if you're not already for some reason. And let's get on with the show. Once again, still using that Mars bar, the SP3000 Greenhouse Edition. Love this light. And here's the two auto flowers. Look at these ladies. Holy crap. So I did a pretty major defoliation earlier in the week here. I'll show you this video right now. As you can see, I did a bit of tie downs here. Oh, a big old fluff in there. Cat fur or something. Yeah, I used a bunch of those tie down plastic things Jay-Wen sent me, and just spread it open a whole bunch. He took out a little bit more of that interior, just keeping that interior pretty clean. It was just getting bushy, and I noticed there was a lot of overlapping things, and things were getting too moist. Moisture was oh yeah, I'm gonna get rid of this leaf too, right there. It's a nice leaf, but it was shading this whole thing right there. Yeah, there's just a ton of tops on that. I'm gonna do a very similar little job to this one here too pretty soon. For now it can just grow a little bit more, but there you go. Just wanted to give you an update because it's going to look a little different in even a few days. Literally seconds after I did that, I just took a good look at this one and decided that it needed the same treatment. We got a few here that can just sort of work on their own here, but I did a little bit of cleanup in the middle. Took out a couple of leaves, took a couple of branches off just because there was kind of too many. Honestly, I probably overdid it. I hope I didn't overdo it too much. Be careful with auto flowers. This was really pushing it right here. The fact that I took a couple of branches and a few bunch of leaves. This is the combination of leaves between both of these. Yeah, they'll be just fine, but yep, I just did it anyway. I couldn't stand looking at the two of them side by side like that. Anyway, there you go. This was Monday night, so by the time Friday's episode comes out, there'll be some
regrowth. And we'll take a look at how they've recovered from that. Well, I mean, from this. You know what I mean. Okay, and now we're back, and man, look at the growth. It has really been spreading open and just filling up. My God, both of these are looking pretty fantastic, actually. Once again, these are CBD cheese from Coastal Mary Seeds. You can use my name as a discount code, save yourself a couple of bucks. This is a 1-to-1 strain. It sits somewhere in the range of around 10 or 12 THC and CBD, hence the 1-to-1. It's somewhere in that range. I don't know exactly. I'd have to test it and find out. And every time you do a plant, it might be a little bit different, but that's the ballpark. Anyway, these things are looking darn good. They're drinking a lot. I'm still running them on a 20 and 4 hour cycle, so 4 hours of rest, 20 hours of light. They're autoflowers. They could handle 24 hours, but 20 and 4 seems to work really well for me. Anyway, let's get on to the next one. But before we get any further, I would like to thank today's sponsor, MARSHYDRO. Thank you very much, MARSHYDRO. I've been using a lot of their gears, almost exclusively MARSHYDRO gears for the past, whole bunch of years now. And I tell you, right now is the best time MARSHYDRO has ever been in shape-wise as far as the products that they're putting out. The smart control systems are so friggin' awesome. I cannot recommend it enough. It has really taken a lot of the guesswork and maintenance out of the growing itself. It's so good. I just cannot get over them. I'm gonna continue to yap them up a bit because I really do love them that much. And if you want to love them that much, use my name as a discount code. And any products that you buy from MARSHYDRO, put my name in the checkout and you'll save a couple bucks off of your entire order. So once again, thank you very much, MARSHYDRO, for the continued support. And yeah, let's get back into the show and see what we got going on. Okay, so now I got to get into this tent here and monster crop clone, whatever you want to call it. I got to take some clones off of a flowering plant, as I was talking about earlier. So, yeah, let's just get on and do that. Wow. Look at these things. Holy smokes. Yeah, well, they are also very powered by this wonderful MARSHYDRO light here. This is the FC8000 with the full ad light setup. Yeah, this thing's awesome. Links will be in the description below to all the gear I use. Use my name as a discount code for all the Mars products. You know the drill. Yeah, man, they're looking good. So this one right here is the Cherry Kush CBD. This is the one here we're going to be taking some clones off of. I'm going to dig down into the bottom here and try to find some smaller branches that I can sacrifice for the cause, for the greater good. Anyway, let's get right to that. Okay, so I've got myself some nice clean scissors that I sprayed down with alcohol, so they're about as sterile as I can get. I mean, there's no really good spot to start. It's all in flower, as you can see. I'm just gonna pick a branch that maybe I would have cut off under other circumstances, like this little guy right here. It's not a little guy, but yeah, we're gonna take that and I'm gonna plunk it into some water here. I've got a little cup with some water here. I want to get 4 chunks off this thing here. Let's go with that little guy right there. Another one about the same size right there, roughly the same size. There we go. Looking for internal things that are kind of getting in the way of other stuff, and that should be good. And one more. This guy right here. Yep, that's the one right there. Now, one of the things you want to do is make sure there's nothing on the bottom here like this. I have this sort of technique where I sort of scrape the bottom like this. You can see using this, I sort of scrape the skin off, right? And now when I dip this into my cloning solution, it's got something a little more substantial to take onto, and the rooting happens a little bit easier. But again, you want to do this with clean things. You don't want to be touching it too much. Clean tools, clean water. There we go. So I've got 4 in a cup of water. I'm gonna scrape the bottoms like that, and we'll get into the further cloning process. Okay, so here we go. I've got this little dome here with a tall plastic shroud dome, whatever. I want a tall dome because we're using tall plants here. And I've put a seedling mat underneath here, but I did put some little trays, some little wooden separators there so that it doesn't get too hot. I found that this thing gets up to about 86, 87 Fahrenheit when it's directly touching it. When it's not, it stables out around 79, 80. So that's where we're going to be doing with that today. And I'm using Rockwell cubes. I've used these things in the past. I've been soaking them in here. Yep, these work really, really well for me. So we'll just take one out and we'll start with that. Take one of these Rockwell cubes out, just plunk it in the tray. I've got some rooting solution here. It's a rooting gel. It's kind of old, but it's still good. It's not gone bad or anything. And I've got some powdered rooting stuff. I put a little bit of this powder into the water that I soaked the cubes in. And, you know, that should be good, I think. So, we're going to grab these scissors again. And, oh, here's the one that well, that's too tall in my opinion, right? So, there was a few things I've read online here, is that you're supposed to cut the buds off. You're supposed to do a few things. So I might do that with a couple of them here and see. But first thing I'm going to do is cut them a bit shorter so that they're about that height. Yeah, I guess I could cut the bud off. Snip like that, the main bud off the top. Oh, I'm not aiming my camera very well, pardon me. There we go. And then there's 2 more little nugs in here. There. And then 1 more up top here in between these 2. Right there. Snip. There we go. Now we got this guy right here, good to go. Gonna scrape the bottom here a little bit. Like I said, peeling back the flesh of the plant a little bit. At least this is the way I was taught. If you think I'm doing wrong, or if you've got a better idea, please let me know in the comments below. Okay, that's probably pretty good. There, I get a big blob on there, maybe too big of a blob, but push some down into the hole here with it. There we go. Make sure it's really getting in there and not just coming all off on the surface like that, and boom. Stick it in just enough to kind of grip, and that should be pretty good. Now I'm going to do this 4 more times. Okay, now one final thing. Quite often with clones, you're supposed to clip the edges of the leaves like this, and what that does is it still allows for it being a solar panel taking light and photosynthesis, but it stops it from growing anymore on the leaves. It stunts the leaves, and apparently what that does is forces energy to go towards rooting rather than towards growing these leaves continuously, like making these leaves continue to grow bigger. So as you can see, I've also done 2 with bud and 2 where I've stripped them. And hopefully that'll make a difference. I don't know exactly. I've never done this before. I've had a lot of people suggest me doing this a few times. And, well, I guess we'll find out, won't we? So the plan is to re-veg these due to the sheer, well, I already said that, but the sheer scarcity of the seed. I cannot find any anywhere. I actually looked really hard and thought, you know, I'll just get one of my friends to order them for me if I can't get them to this country. And the reality is, no countries have them anywhere. I looked all over, and everywhere that has them is sold out at the moment. So that's what's happening with that. And yeah, there we go. Dome's on. I got a little old sun blaster here, and humidity, everything should be good to go. I'll keep you guys updated on this as I go. Okay, and here we go. Here's the next day. I filmed that yesterday of taking these clones, and well, you can sort of see they're in here. Looking, where's the temperatures there? The temperature is 80, and it's 86 humidity in here. So this is working pretty good. I got a little heat mat under here, and this little sun blaster sitting up top here, doing the trick. So if you've had any experience with this and you got any tips or ideas for me, please let me know in the comments below. I have cloned before successfully, but this is going to be a new thing for me, this whole reverse vegging thing. This is going to be interesting, or re-vegging, I guess it is. So yeah. Anyways, there we go. We took some clones, and they are just looking good. Let's get a closer look up on this this other lady over here. Starting to look pretty darn good. It's got a lot of stacking, like it's going to be just a bud factory. And as I was saying last time, I've got the time-lapse camera focused on this one bud. Look at that, though. I see a little bit of discolorization in the leaf there. I also got some over in this leaf right here. Anybody in chat there or in the comment section knows what the heck this is. This little bit of lightning in the leaves here. I don't know what I've done, but something's going on. Yeah, regardless, besides that little bit of lightning into the leaf, just a couple of them, this lady is looking massive. And it's real full. Like, you can see that it's just, yeah, there's almost little room. We're going to have to do another defoliation at some point here later into flower. But I want to keep as much as I can, because it's the energy, it takes the energy, photosynthesis, and puts it into the plant. So the more leaves you got, the better they do. And yeah, I'm really happy with this lady too, man. This Cherry Kush CBD is looking mighty nice. I've got a brand new MARSHYDRO fan coming in the mail here pretty soon, and a couple other goodies. So stay tuned for that. Make sure you subscribe, like the video, and all that kind of jazz. And yeah, we'll see that soon. We got some new MARSHYDRO goodies coming in the mail right now. I'm excited. Okay, so you. It's time to look at you. Give it a little shake like that every single day. I kept the tent closed as much as humanly possible. Let's take a look at the results, shall we? So now let's take a look at the stats from the MARSHYDRO app and see what the CO2 stats have been for the past month. So this right here is 1 month from a month ago today, the last 3 weeks of normality, and then the last week with the TNB Naturals here. And honestly, I'm not gonna lie, it looks like shit. It doesn't look like it did anything. It actually, if you look at the stats here, if you're looking at the comparative month, it actually almost looks like the CO2 levels have gone down this past week. It's like less than normal. I shook this bottle every single day, kept the tent closed, but I'll tell you right now, there is a problem. And this is why TNB Naturals and the mushroom bags and all those, even bottled CO2 is not going to work for the home user. Let me explain. You see this vent in the side of the grow tent? It's got a screen on it, and it allows fresh air to come in from the outside of the world. So outside of the tent, it allows the air to come in. that right there leaks out most of your CO2 and or recycles it, and it gets sucked up into the fan and out the frickin' window. So here's the thing. Here's the reality of it. I'm gonna be real blunt with everybody here for a second. So here's the reality of it. As a home grower, you do not need CO2. You don't. It is a fucking waste of money, time, and energy. Do not waste your money on any CO2 for your tent unless you have a giant tent like a 10 by 10 and you have your environmental controls inside of it, like your humidifier, dehumidifier, air conditioning, etc. within the tent. You have to have a sealed system or a recirculating system. Either a system that sucks the air out, cools it down, and pops it back in the other end, or one that doesn't exhaust hardly ever. The reality is, if you have an exhaust vent on your system, no CO2 buildup is going to happen. No sustainable amount that's going to do anything for your grow is going to happen. So, the reality about CO2, I'm not a CO2 expert, but here's the basics of it. CO2 enhances your grow in the aspect that it allows you to push your plants further than normal. So, if you maxing out your plants with nutrients and light capability, anymore they start to burn and wilt, like this kind of a thing, right? You can push them further if you give them CO2. CO2 allows them to take in more than regular. I don't know the exact science behind it. I'm not going to get into it. But the point is, you don't need CO2 unless your tent is completely dialed in and you've got your grow maxed out to the max and you want to push it just a little further. That's when you add CO2. The home grower does not need CO2. This bottle right here is going to do nothing for your tent. It is a waste of money. I talked about this last time. 40 Canadian dollars for one of these bottles, and the refills are $19.95, which is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. TNB Naturals, you should be ashamed of yourselves. I'm sorry, but you're ripping people off. This is ridiculous. I understand. In a closed circuit, this might work pretty good. They might actually do the job. But for the home grower, none of us need this shit. It's absolutely a waste of your money if you're putting it into a homegrown tent. No shade on the TNB guys other than their price and some of their endorsements. Oh my God, I don't want to get into this too deep, but I went to a rabbit hole on a Twitch stream last night, and we were looking at the TNB Naturals website, and oh my God, there's science errors, there's grammar errors on the website, and there's celebrity endorsements, and every single one of them is a paid cameo that the person giving the endorsement didn't even know what the product was. They just said, oh, TNB Naturals is doing some big moves. I'm not trying to badmouth them. I'm really not trying to badmouth them, but it just blew my mind what was going on. The list of the celebrities that they were getting to endorse them is mind-boggling. If you know anything about internet hype and stuff like that, Airsoft Fatty, Bam Margera, the Island Boys, these are the frickin' celebrities that they got to talk up their company, and every one of them had no clue what TNB Naturals was other than it was a hydroponic product. They didn't know what they were pitching, and anyway, it's funny. Go look at the TNB Naturals website. Take a look at the testimonials or the celebrity endorsements. It's pretty funny. Anyway, I'm not going to get into that. I don't want to poo-poo on TNB anymore. I actually do really like their up and their down, their pH adjusters and stuff like that. But you guys got to adjust the price tag on this thing. That's my final word on it. You don't need it as a home grower, and TNB Naturals, you got to lower your price tag because that's freaking ridiculous. Anyway, that's the show today, folks. Thank you very much. I hope you liked it. If you did, hit that like button. If you really liked it, subscribe, like that kind of action. And yeah, I'll see you next time. I got something pretty cool coming out next week, so you're going to want to see that. Plus, now we got this whole clone thing going on here, so there's more things to keep track of and follow along with and see how they do. So, thank you very much. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you soon. Cheers.